Wow, that's hot. Okay, happy Wednesday. Happy being relative term. We've been a week now without power at the house. I didn't take my cover shot for the video. Guess I better do that. Right there. Man, it's hot here. We've got partial power here at the house for the last week. We lost an underground transmission line that leads to our house. One leg is down, so we're only getting 120 volts to the panel. Like 10 volts on the other leg, whatever, it's dead. So half of my house, wired on that dead bus on the power panel, is down. So we have no air conditioning. I managed to rearrange the panel and put some of the bedroom lights and other stuff that were on the dead leg over on the good side, but it's just barely enough to run fans and stuff like that because we keep tripping breakers. So the surviving 120 volt side is not real healthy, and in this heat we're not feeling too healthy either. My bedroom was 92.1 degrees until about 3 a.m. this morning. Fans blowing don't really help. You're just circulating hot air. It's not ideal. I borrowed back a freestanding little portable air conditioner that I had loaned to a friend years and years ago. I called him and I said, "Hey man, do you have that portable AC?" He's like, "Yeah." "Does it still work?" "Yeah." "Okay, I need it." So I set that up in my youngest daughter's bedroom. It's the smallest room of the house because it's not a very big AC unit, you know, maybe 6,000 or 8,000 BTU, something like that. Put the exhaust vent out the window. It's one of the old ones that's just a single outlet, so that means it's positive displacement. It's sucking air in from somewhere in order to exhaust that heat out, so it's not very efficient. But it's dehumidifying that room and making it somewhat livable in there at night so the girls can sleep. My son and I are just suffering through. It's like camping in August in the summertime. So yeah, outdoors, indoors. So I have been absolutely destitute broke for the last couple of weeks. Customer engagements have not paid on time. They're lagging behind, and it's causing me some serious difficulties. Like no money to pay bills, can't buy food, $22 in the bank as my bare reserve right now to be able to buy fuel whenever this thing runs out. So hopefully today I'm going to be able to pick up a check or two. We'll see how that goes. But when that happens, I'm paying the important bills first. Everything else is just going to have to wait. And whatever I have left over is going to buy a window unit or two, depending on how much I have left. And we'll try to get one more room in the house survivable because we're looking at another, several weeks, maybe a month before this power issue is sorted out with city permits and all kinds of stuff, because Centerpoint has deemed that the line is our problem, not theirs. They say that anything after the transformer or the tap in the backyard of someone else's house 500 feet away or whatever it is our responsibility. I didn't know that. Otherwise I would have purchased insurance for the lines, because everything in Centerpoint's documentation says their responsibility ends at the meter. Okay, well the meter I understand. Anything past that is customer premise wiring, but this is underground stuff that is out of my control, obviously. And yeah, anyway, so that entire underground run has to be dug up, relayed. It's got to go through permitting, disconnect order, a new service reconnect order, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be about a $20,000 to $30,000 job is what the estimates are looking like right now. So yeah, if I had 20 or 30,000 to buy myself out of that problem, I would, but I don't. And even if I did have that money, I've got to wait. You know, you got to go through the permitting and all the time lag, and I'm sure all the electricians and contractors that do the work are extremely booked up and busy with all the hurricane damage, continued cleanup and everything after Beryl. So yeah, Beryl's parting gifts are still given. We have no idea what the fault is. I don't. In the networking world, you can put a TDR on the line, time division reflectometer, and it sends pulses down the cable, and you can figure out where a break is. So you test it from one side, you test it from the other side, and just kind of triangulate the position of where the fault in the circuit is, or the line. But with power lines, it's a little different. I mean, obviously those are much heavier. I'm sure these are probably aluminum, like 4/0 aluminum or whatever. So who knows where in the path it's compromised. It's unknown. I imagine they could probably disconnect both ends of it and test from each side, you know, like I was just mentioning, but it wouldn't matter because you got to dig that section up anyway, and I don't think you can really patch those kind of lines. Once they're compromised, so you just have to replace them. So once aluminum gets a little cut or a nick in it or something like that, it's just going to oxidize and go to shit. So yeah, anywho, hey, cool rod. Yeah, we're living a shit show, that's for sure. It's just not any fun right now with no power, no money, no air conditioning. I'm trying to keep my head up, but boy, it's hard. But luckily, my good buddy that I worked with for decades and decades, he said, well, come on over, I'll buy you breakfast. So I'm headed over to Island Grill on Bunker Hill, and we're gonna have a breakfast, and then I'm gonna get out and do what I need to do. Alright, sorry to cut you off, dude, but I've got to get over. This is not gonna work. I've got like 1 block to get to that HOV, and it's coming fast. These mirrors stick out a bit, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to pull this off or not. This bike is a little harder to split through traffic because I got these mirror wideners on here, and it's a little prone to clipping mirrors of other cars, and I can't fold them in like my bar-in hindsight mirrors. Man, I-10 is a mess this morning. Try to squeeze through the pickets here, but that traffic is coming on quick. Helicopter, cool, cool. Wonder if that's a real deal or a display piece. I didn't notice if it had a turbine in the back yet. I was going by too fast. I have to look at that on freeze frame. Oh man, I-10 is a parking lot. Looks like even the HOV is clogged up. Yeah, I got an accident or something here. Yep, we got a highway closure, kids. Don't do it. What's going on? We got a ladder truck blocking the lanes 1 and 2 plus the exit of the HOV. So who knows where the accident actually happened. Gotta keep rolling. Let's see if the camera catches it. I'm sure it's somebody tailgating. Yep. Oh, we got a three-way. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Not a great way to start a Wednesday morning. That's why I never like being far back in the line of traffic, or the last guy in the line of traffic on a motorcycle, because rear end accidents are just so overly common here in Houston. Tailgaters and people driving real aggressive, they'll shag around a car because they don't want to stop, but they don't look at the lane next to them or whatever, and whammo! No trucks, left lane, dopey. Just cruising along in the left lane, nothing anywhere else toward the middle of the right lanes. I don't know why Houston doesn't have a no trucks left lane ordinance. I don't get that, especially on these interstates through the middle of town and all that. I-45, I could kind of sort of understand it because you don't have all that many lanes over on 45, and there are a lot of rapid on-offs, you know, as far as entrance exits on the side of the highway. But out here on I-10, now it's pretty much just straight. There's no reason at all for big rigs to ever be in the left lane, in my opinion. All they do is cause traffic problems because they can't accelerate and stay with the flow. A lot of states, cities, etc. will have ordinances, you know, posted as you're getting into the metro area. They say, you know, no trucks, left lane, next 25 miles or whatever it is. And they've got enforcement out there. They don't mess around. They say no trucks, they mean no trucks. You see those guys pulled over all the time. Gotta get out of the HOV early and play in traffic today because my exit is before I would get out of the HOV past the Beltway. So get out there and rub elbows with the cagers. Pick a lane, get it done. Of course, a Tesla right on my back tire. Oh my God, it's so hot this morning. I'm moving along, you know, 50 miles an hour, whatever this is. It should be, you know, reasonably cool with all the air flowing through the jacket. It feels like I'm in a steam sauna. I can feel the air moving, but it's just as hot and it's wet. Ugh. All right, visor up. Woo, buddy, it's hot. Keep driving, people. No rubbernecking. He's already got a customer. Oh, this guy's lost his gas pedal. It's the little one on the floor. It's the little narrow one on the right. It's the skinny one. 40 miles an hour on the highway. What are you doing? I need coffee. Luckily, they sell coffee here at Island Grill. I'm going to partake. Ooh, it's hot. Yikes. I would say go dunk my head in that water, but I'm sure that water's not all that clean. And it's not going to be any cooler than out here right now. Ugh. My spot that nobody else can take. Compact car only. Well, I kind of sort of qualify. It's a compact bike. How about that? I meet the length requirement here. Ugh. Okay, everybody. Well, I made it in one piece. Minus a half a pound of liquid from sweating it out. But it's breakfast time, so I'll replenish that with coffee, shall I? Oh, good God, man. It's so hot. I'll leave all that right there. I don't care. Holy balls, it's hot. Never understand these people doing these air leaf blowers. All you're doing is stirring the dust around. It's going to come right back. Just making noise, stinking it up. All right.